Yesterday we learned that you can use arrays, rows and columns to find the products or answers to multiplication problems. Today we're going to be experimenting with finding larger arrays. For today's lesson, you'll need a printed copy of the Experimenting with Larger Arrays worksheet, and then you're going to need some type of coloring supplies, preferably colored pencils or crayons where they're light in color, and so you'll be able to see the squares behind them. Now, yesterday we found the arrays of smaller numbers that were basic multiplication facts. Today I'm going to challenge you to find the answers to some much larger arrays. All of the arrays that you're going to work with today have the first number a double digit. It's got a tens place and a ones place. So for example, this number 23, there's 10 to this point, then 20 here, so that's the 20, and then there's 3 more little ones going across here. So there's 23 in each row times 3 rows. Now for these arrays, since they are so much larger, it isn't going to be a good idea to sit here and count every one of those squares. You could, but it's probably going to take you way longer than you want to spend on your assignments today, and inevitably you're probably going to lose track or lose count. So let me show you a strategy that will work really well for experimenting with larger arrays. If you remember yesterday on your assignment, we did this first problem together 15 times 2. And I didn't know the answer to that basic fact. So what I did was actually break it apart into 2 sections. And that's what I'm going to suggest for you to do for your arrays today, is to find smaller sections that you know the answers to, and then add those up to get the bigger number. Let me show you what I mean with yesterday's example. We had 15 in each row times 2 rows. So that first section there was 10 times 2, or 20. Then I took the second section over here. There was 5 in each row times 2, and this section was equal to 10. Then to find the total answer to the whole array, I took that first section, 20, and the second section of 10, added the 2 of them together to get a total of 30. So my challenge for you today as you work with these larger arrays is to use that same idea. Find smaller sections and then find the total of the smaller sections and add them together to get the big section total. So for example, in this problem, 23 times 3, I'm going to go ahead and figure out this first section right here. I know that every time I see one of those dark lines, that means I've hit 10 in a row. So here is 10 going across and 3 going down. So that problem right there is 10 times 3, which I know is 30. Go ahead and figure out the totals to each of the sections, and then once you've found them, color in each section, add them all up to get your grand total for each one. Tomorrow, we'll take a look at these same example problems that you solved, and I'll show you and go through the answers with you on them.